Today we're going to cover a lot of the questions you guys have been asking, including, are short ladder attacks a real thing? Why is the price down truly? Why is the price of GME down? Why is this taking a while? Why is it not like Volkswagen? And whether or not there's hope. Most importantly, I'm hoping to be able to answer the question of when is that squeeze coming? When is the squeeze supposed to be squoze? If you guys have no idea what those words are, welcome to the channel. My name is Andrew. On this channel we talked about personal finance, we talked about data science, but now mostly we're talking about the GameStop saga, the GME crisis. Exactly what is happening to the world's biggest short and what a bunch of crazy Redditors are waiting for. A little bit of good news and a little bit of realistic news. If it's your first time here, I would really appreciate if you smash the like button because, hey, there's a lot more content like this coming if you guys like it. And most importantly, if you're here to stay, you apes want to be able to hold these hands all the way down to the subscribe button, as well as when you're down there, maybe click around a few more videos, but not before you finish this one. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining us. Professor Meatball appreciates you guys as well. And let's get started. I'm covering user Prague Pride's post 4 hours ago here. This post covers a lot of the questions we were just asking, but I think you should stay until the end to cover exactly what a data scientist thinks about this entire situation. Someone who also has diamond hands himself and is a bag holder and is not going to give a single inch while there's still breath in me lungs. GameStop briefing. All right, you stupid apes, listen up. We need to get our heads in the game and out of our, don't ask me for any more evidence or reasoning. There's 100 DDs, daily discussions out there written by people much smarter than me that you won't understand anyway. I'm just here to give you the straight talk. According to Prague Pride, short ladder attacks aren't a thing. We sound like idiots when we say this. I know I said it a lot in the past week, but it's not a thing. All those 100 share trades are just big institutions moving stocks around. It's like thinking there's a conspiracy because there's a lot of semi-trucks on the highway. No, that is just how shit gets done around here. There is absolutely market manipulation going on, but taking screenshots of that and sending it to the SEC makes you look like a dumbass. Unfortunately, this is the truth. There is market manipulation going on, but the way that we have tried and recreate the path like private detectives all of ourselves is counterproductive. And right now, SEC is combing Wall Street bets to find out a little bit of evidence of exactly what kind of legal ramification the lawsuits on these stock brokerages that have restricted buys in the last week, what kind of evidence there actually is and what can actually be withstood in court. Legal Eagle makes a really great video about the legality of this entire situation. All of my videos seem to lead directly into his video anyway, so I'll just leave a link for him if you have any legal questions about exactly what is legal in this current situation and what is not. Number 2, price is down because a lot of people sold. I know, you're diamond hands, and everyone in the chat is diamond hands, but after all the publicity, a lot of paper Portnoys jumped on board at 200 and 300 and 400, and when the stock didn't immediately blast off and they saw a bit of red, they bailed. Hold. We got a lot of media attention last week because the news and a lot of people jumped on and then jumped off. Hell, the term I'm trying to make happen, paper Portnoy, is based on some prolific Twitter celeb jumping on, hint, hint, making a bunch of rah-rah videos and then abandoning ship almost immediately, taking his 1 million+ followers with him. We don't need them, really. Now, this is true-ish because beyond all of the reputation that GameStop has gotten in the past, there are a lot of people that jumped on at really high values and then jumped off as soon as they saw a little red, and market forces will make us suffer because of it. Does that mean that you should go and take your couple $1,000s, tens of thousands of dollars with you? No. Hold strong, because the next few parts are going to be really important for what's to come. This could take a while because this is not Volkswagen. Volkswagen took 2 weeks and 90% of the stocks were locked up by Porsche and the German government, so the shorties couldn't rely on paper Portnoys dumping stocks every day like rain. Even then, it took 2 weeks for the squeeze to become squoze. This time it might take longer because while together we are strong, we aren't putting in $500 million buys to make sure the price skyrocket. And this is true. Volkswagen was a pretty different scene, even though it was just 13 years ago during 2008. I love putting that chart in my thumbnails, but there are important distinctions between the two situations. But number 4, there is hope. There is a reason to keep holding. Now, I don't know jack about demonetization, but we're seeing flips of $20, $30 even a day. That might mean that we are still making an impact in drying up the liquidity. Want a comparison? Go look at boring Apple. In the last 6 months, they had a $40 swing. Yawn, that ain't nothing on GameStop. Amazon just had their CEO step down literally today, and that barely swung the price 10%. Yawn, we see 10% shift a day, and it is already old hat. If you're glued on some GameStop, then you might lose sight of how volatile it still is, even without all of the paper Portnoy bandwagoners jumping on and off. This is a sign, not a guarantee. While writing this, I just saw the price change $10, which is really important, why I should be tracking how the price of GameStop is. If you guys like that, leave a comment about whether or not you like how the price changes in the bottom corner of my videos. The squeeze is not yet squoze. While it might be true that hedge funds have repositioned themselves so that they've gone from bleeding billions a day to millions a day, and with the price lower, they can ride this out for a little longer, by all accounts, the squeeze is not squoze. If you have no idea what this is talking about, check out parts 1 and 3. One video that I put out 3 days ago and one video that I put out yesterday that'll explain a little bit more about how many dogs are waiting on their irresponsible dog owners with treats on their nose that they're never gonna get. I don't know Jack, but do you really think a hedge funder wants to be beaten by GameStop? They play long games all the time. Hell, they've been overshorting GameStop for years now. They think that they can stay solvent longer than we can stay stupid. They know it might take a few days or a few weeks, but eventually we'll all get bored and find some new stock that says boob or duck and all jump over, and with the stock flooding the market, the price will crash to like $5 and get to say I was right all along. You don't want these hedge funders, the people who took advantage of your parents during the Great Recession in 2008, to be right all along. You are now in control. You are a millennial or a Zoomer that is now finally able to put money into the stock market. Make sure that they pay. If you are confused about what this tactic is, I covered that in the last video, part 3 of the GME series, where I talk about exactly what types of strategies a hedge funder can have in order to plummet the price of the stock and tell everyone that they were right all along, which is worth more to them than the billions they win or lose. Because seriously, what billion-dollar hedge fund wants to tell everyone that they took a big fat billion-dollar L from GameStop and Reddit? None of them. Number 6, a bet, not a guarantee. The squeeze is not yet squoze, and there is no guarantee it will be squozen. Let's be real here. This is Wall Street bets, not Wall Street guarantees or Wall Street safe, boring investing. My gut is saying we still have a very good shot if we keep holding, but this might drag on for a while. And this is probably not news that you wanted to hear, but it is realistic. We might not even be able to squeeze by ourselves. Maybe we are just putting the right pressures in place so that when something big happens, like an institution decides to call their shares or increase their percent or quarterly earnings or blah, 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 then a bunch of buys go, the squeeze hits, and it rockets to the moon. So you stupid apes, I hope you've got it into your heads now that the opponent up there on Wall Street isn't going to roll over and let you pick their pocket. Paper Portnoys, let them run out the runway a long ass time. Maybe the Jack do I know? I don't know Jack about Jack all, but I will leave you with one parting thought. So here it is, number 7. Just by holding, you send a big message to Wall Street. These hedge funds put billions of dollars to say that GameStop was a dead business and was going to bankrupt, and put enormous amounts of pressure on them to get them there. They wanted to push GameStop down to penny stock prices where no institution would touch them and would break their backs so long as you keep holding your shares and keep that price high. It proves them wrong. Even if the billionaires never get squeezed, even if we never moonland, just the fact that GameStop is trading in the same price range as Apple is a huge message to the hedge funds. And even if we never squeeze, I'm happy to forever deny them their $5 shorts or whatever they thought GameStop was worth. Why? Because I like the stock. Not financial advice, of course. I don't know jack about anything, which is why I went in at 3:30 and haven't looked back. I will never be a paper Portnoy. Edit, you know what's better than dropping gold in this post? Buy more GME. Buy the dip. Gandhi. This is, like he said, not financial advice, but I hope you guys got a little bit out of this video, especially the news that you needed to be able to stay informed. This squeeze might take a second. It might take much less time than Bitcoin did to come all the way around back in December of 2019 and then the December of 2020, but it certainly might take longer than Volkswagen did to come around in 2 weeks. However, somewhere between all of that ruckus, if you keep holding, we'll keep sending a message. And if you like this video, I'd appreciate if you try one of the links down below, either to lead you to a new video and keep watching, and that supports me all the same, or click one of the links that gets you free stocks on either Webull, SoFi, or Robinhood. I know, Robinhood, but what can we do in the world that we live in? Try your best, make good choices, like this video, Leave me a comment. I answer every single one of them, and I appreciate you guys. Keep holding. Diamond hands. For now, but not for forever. Peace.